the presidents did not acquiesce and allow, and answer this as well, Amy, the commissioners to essentially have more of a say, how much do you think this sort of veiled threat would have really occurred where they would have separated?
He asked you.
Separated from, with the latest governance?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of chatter that if they didn't get their way, the Power Five we're speaking of, that they would go on their way. Now, I will give you my opinion that I think the property of the NCAA tournament, I got the sense in my own reporting that whether it was Larry Scott or Jim Delaney, they didn't want to be responsible for ending the NCAA tournament as we know it, and basically having their own tournament of just the five of them. And you wouldn't have Gonzaga in there. You wouldn't have Villanova in there. These are, the Wichita States of the world. And it would just be their own tournament, which I don't think would command the same kind of pay from CBS, TNT, TBS, or ESPN. So I thought it was kind of an empty bluff, but that's me. I wasn't on the inside. I'm curious what the two of you think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it was a little bit of a power play in terms of trying to get what they want, as we were more or less negotiating what the new governance structure was going to look like. I don't think it forecloses the scenario someday that the Power Five and maybe a couple other conferences end up separating from the NCAA, but I think there's, in addition to what you said about devaluing the NCAA basketball tournament, I also think there's a whole host of other issues that would befall those 5 conferences and those 65 schools because then it clearly is about revenue, right? Right now they're still playing under the Big Tent, as they like to say, with 351 Division I institutions, most of which don't have the resources that they have, and they can, some would suggest that they use all the rest of us for cover to, sort of cover that they still are part of college athletics, as many of us believe it to be. Whether you believe that or not, I think if they separate, I think there is some challenges that they would face, even more legal challenges. They would face, I think, tax implications, because they no longer be tethered to an association. And on the other hand, whenever you get a group of people together, they're gonna have to have someone that runs that organization, just like they have the college football playoff. There's gonna be winners, there's gonna be more losers if it's only 65 or 70 schools playing each other. And so I think all of those things factor in that make it really difficult, and certainly would require a lot more work and pre-work to get something like that set up in a way that's legal, in a way that still fits within the higher education model that I do think those presidents actually believe in, regardless of what their commissioners or fans or media might try to suggest. So I think it was a power play. I think it's a lot more complicated than people think for a handful of schools and conferences just to walk away and say that they're still going to generate the revenue that they get and still be considered college athletics as we know it.
So let me say publicly that Amy was right. When all that was going on, I remember a conversation we had where I was really worried they would pull away. And you said to me, no, it's a power play. And I think you were right.
For once.
When you were in a room with some of these people talking at you, at least I was somewhat afraid of that. Why was I afraid of it? Because the one really good thing about the kind of money that flows into the men's basketball tournament, I would like the distribution not to focus so much on winning, but something on the order of 40 or 45% of that goes to fund the national championships in every division in every sport. So I'm a graduate, my undergraduate institution is Trinity College. When we had my class had its 45th reunion, in addition, which is always a week after their normal commencement, they also had graduation for the women's lacrosse team because they had just won the national championship and therefore missed their commencement. And I looked at those women, I think they had a very large senior class, must have 8 or 9 women graduating. They were so pumped up about having won a national championship had there not been, that costs money. Somebody's got to fly those people across country. That you play the same kind of tournament that we say for men's basketball in Division I. And I could see that kind of joy in their face that I think is a real value. So there is some distribution of this wealth that's fair, but too much of it is focused on too few.